What's up, guys? Doing a little handheld bananas business now because I'm a freaking idiot and I actually had my Mnandi in my pocket so I wouldn't forget that I had it, which, like, oh, surely I put everything on the countertop that I meant to talk about in my 2019 year-end review. That's okay. It probably would have been a significantly longer video if I had talked about this as well. Sorry about all the fucking jerking around. This is not going to be a review. Remember, Arch, you are not going to talk at length about this knife. Just mention that it actually, I also purchased this knife in 2019, and I would say that this is my overall knife of the year in 2019. It's potential, there is potential that I could eat those words and end up liking, I would say, this could surpass the other four that I talked about, and then also the Mnandi, maybe, but I'm not thinking it will. This knife has definitely become my personal. I definitely have this knife on me, I'd say every day, and I don't carry it at work because all my tool bags are just gonna rub up against the outside of it, and if I stick anything else in my pocket, obviously it could scratch the fuck out of this thing. I have, like I said, carried it quite a bit. I use it for everything that comes along when I am carrying it, and because I'm like, what, first off, if you really pay attention to the way this knife is built, it's like, it's a durable little bastard. And then also, like, my experience with S35VN is pretty, personally, very positive. Again, I don't do completely dumb things with my knife, but I do, hey, but I do, geez, I do. Whatever comes around within reason, and then if nothing else, I go, I should do that with my knife. And then I take out my knife and I go, I should do that with my little pry bar. And then, like, helps you think twice. Think twice. That's the Chris Reeve motto, right? Think twice and go use your pry bar. only if you're not, just totally fucking around, usually for me. It's like, you know what? I shouldn't be doing this with my Mnandi, but I'm going to. Like the other day, we moved around this Chase lounge to flipped it over to the other side and then moved all the furniture and then went fuck and moved it back, and in the process one of the little plugs in one of the ends of the extruded steel framing in there got fucked up, and it was one that could contact the floor. Long story short, I had to pry it out, and the tool I had on me was my Mnandi, so I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and just do it, rather than get my lazy ass up and go get a pry bar. But see if I could just make this move a little bit more. No. But man, this Mnandi has been just fantastic. Honestly, for me, I think a lot of that for me, again, has to do with the fact that this is carbon fiber. I really dig the carbon fiber. This is my third Mnandi, and I never carried the other ones. Mainly because I was just like, I'm gonna fuck up the wood, and it's gonna be, worth way less money. Where carbon fiber is much more difficult to fuck up, as a fella says. Plus, I really think the carbon fiber, to my eyes at least, just really modernizes this knife to like quite a bit. It's like a completely different knife. It kind of, Chris, you don't need to compare Chris Reeve knives to anybody, because they're the ones, in my opinion, that need to be compared to. It's like, I don't know. Aspects of Chris Reeve knives can and will always overshadow every single other knife, every other knife maker. From my perspective, there is only one other knife maker that I know of that really, really nails it, and that's Shirogorov. And the rest of them, I can pick like a fatal flaws out of, and I dare you to send me your fancy knife to prove you did wrong, but this knife doesn't have any, and it's comparable to, long story short, a Rich Rogers knife, which like something a Rich Rogers that looks just like this, but still might have one thing where I'm like, God damn it, really captive stop pin or whatever it is, is a $900 knife. Now these are like $425 or something like that. I think they're not fucking cheap. Is that how much they are? God damn it! I hope I didn't pay $425 for this. I did buy it new. I forget how much these damn things are, but they're definitely not cheap. But again, life is short, and you can't take it with you. And for me, I'm a fucking geek. So like, this shit enriches my life. My wife is beginning to show me more and more, and more and more and more and more, that traveling really enriches your life too, which before we hooked up 5 years ago, I never really realized that. But these things bring me joy. I like being more handy. I like just kind of going, wow, look at the way this thing is built. For all my knives, or wow, look at the whatever it is. But anyway, all things considered, just the knife of 2019 for me is the Chris Reeve Knives carbon fiber Blade HQ exclusive Mnandi. Go get you one, or try to at least. Questions, comments, concerns, smart remarks, leave it below. And see you later, dudes.